I've spent the past week in perfect deserted island bliss. New Horizons is everything I could have ever dreamed of and so much more. Now, as a super quick disclaimer before we start, I have changed my Switch date and time a few times. If you're worried about spoilers, don't worry, I won't show any dialogue between main characters, but I will be showing my island in its current state, having unlocked the construction permit. So, if that bothers you, I completely understand if you don't want to watch this episode right now. Secondly, I'm not treating this series as a regular Let's Play. Think more video diary than Let's Play. And now, without further ado, welcome to the island of Haruna. Good morning everybody, and welcome to my little house on the hill right here. Interior wise, there's really nothing to show you. I have been so super unlucky with the furniture I've been finding and the recipes, so it's looking a little bit like a mess. So that's for another day, but I have a very basic flower garden here. Got super lucky with finding some hybrid flowers on the islands. So my island is pretty flush with flowers right now. Quite happy for that. And this little area over here I am especially proud of. It's just, I don't know, I look at it and I think, wow, that looks really peaceful. I wish I could sit there in the real world. But you know, here in planet Earth, fire, death, chaos. And of course we have my little garden over here. Really this is just kind of, I threw together what items I had that made sense because I needed something else on this side to complement the other side. So that's my reasoning. I'm going to stick with it. And next up we head down here. Nothing too fancy, little pretty waterfall, but we're not going to head down there just yet. We're going to veer off here. And I'm going to bring you to my campsite. This item right here, if anybody isn't aware, you can get this from linking your Pocket Camp app to your Nintendo account, I think, or your My Nintendo account, I'm not sure. So if you've done that, or you haven't done that yet, you should, and you can redeem them from the Nook Shopping, ATM, thingy, majiggy, yeah. It's super basic, but it works. I've, like I said, been a little unlucky with all the recipes and the items that I can create and buy, so, you know, I'm just using what I have and making the most of it, and honestly, it's not too bad. I think as far as the campsite goes, this is probably what you'd expect to see, minus the paddling pool with the rubber ducky probably, but you know. And directly down here from my campsite we have my beautiful fruit orchard. Oh, I really want to grab that present, but I told myself there would be no distractions. Ah! Okay, nobody saw that. This was so easy for me to throw together. I got super lucky with the fruit that I had found. I started off with apples, and I think I found peaches on one of the very first islands, Mystery Island tours I went to. And of course, good old mum mailed me an orange, and then my cherries and my pears I managed to grab from a friend. So thank you very much. And this little path that kind of separates the two sides of the trees here, the dirt is the in-game dirt pattern, and the two little flowers and clover patterns that I've kind of sprinkled on top there are a custom pattern that I managed to find on Reddit. And the further we head down here, you'll notice that even though the path stops, the trees continue, just kind of in any old-fashioned. There are a few that I kind of want to jumble up a little bit and plant elsewhere because some of them just, I don't know, they feel like they're in the wrong area, if that makes sense. Maybe I'm just being super OCD about it, but you know, it's my little island retreat, so I'm gonna make it perfect. Again, it's just super scenic and pretty and rather simple considering it is just literally fruit trees and a few stones and a pond. But it works and I love it. And of course, as we go about our business, I'll just briefly stop and introduce you to my villagers. This here, of course, is Bubbles. I love her, I really do. I have to say, a lot of the hippo characters are really rather hideous. But this one, she's just so adorable and cute. I really like her. And as we head back towards the right here, we are going to keep going around this little corner here. Again, it's also probably worth mentioning that there are a lot of areas like this in my island right now that are just completely empty. I'm showing you this area just for the sake of illustrating what I'm saying, I guess. But I'll try not to include too many of the open, empty areas because, I mean, you don't need to see my empty island when you probably have areas like that on your own. And here is where I have chosen to plant my lovely museum. I love the museum in this game. It's so beautiful, so amazing. I have spent so long just sitting in the museum and watching the fish swim by, and even though I have a very small collection of fish inside the museum and bugs and other things, it doesn't matter. It's still super beautiful and atmospheric. And I should probably explain that this little dirt pattern around the building is, it does have a purpose. It is where I'm going to be planting some flowers. I just need to get my dirty little hands on some more hybrids, and yeah, I haven't gotten that far yet. And if we backtrack just a little, some simple little flower gardens here. No hybrids, unfortunately, for this area, but I'm making do with what I have just to kind of make it look a little more pretty. Aside from this one flower here that I should have dug up. Much better. Oh, Nana. Okay, yeah, I need to show you Nana. If there's one villager on my island that I need to show you, it's Nana. She's so adorable. I love her. She's obviously a monkey, which, I gotta be honest, I'm not a fan of the monkey villagers, but when I saw her, I came across her on an island and I just knew that I had to ask her to move here immediately because just look at her. She's so sweet. I love you, Nana. Okay, well, back to flowers. Yes, very simple, basic. Oh my god, there's another one in the corner there that shouldn't be there. Okay, well, yeah, maybe I should have done a little round of my island before I did this. Super simple stuff here. Not really done too much other than plant a few flowers. And what hybrids I do have are right here. I'll be honest, I don't have a clue when it comes to hybrid flowers. I'm trying to do some research, but this is the first Animal Crossing game that I've really kind of sunk my teeth into breeding hybrid flowers, so I guess I'm not doing too badly considering these are ones that I have cultivated myself. I haven't nabbed these from an island, it's just the pansies, which as mentioned, here are some pansies. Again, these are both hybrids, I think. Again, just sort of like a little something to spruce it up. I know it's obviously not much of a garden, and poor little Humphrey who lives here can barely fit down here because he is quite chubby. Speaking of Humphrey, I guess we should say hello. I don't think I've spoken to him yet today. Oh, he's so adorable. Little grumpy hamster in his cowboy shirt. I must say it was my boyfriend's idea to dress him up in the cowboy shirt, so yeah. Thank you, Casper. It's a great pick. Look at how cute he is. Look at these things he says. The compliments, oh my goodness. I must say though, he's quite right. This I think it's a kimono of some sort. It's very beautiful and spring-like. I love it. Now, my reasoning for putting Humphrey in that little corner there and this other house over here is just because it's kind of a similar theme. I guess you could say it's kind of Japanese-ish. I think I might have just invented a new word, but I didn't know what else to say. Again, kind of just the same mirrored on either side. It's just slightly different color scheme with the same flowers. Very beautiful. I'm not sure if he is in. Oh, he is. Okay, that's great. That makes this much easier. His interior definitely doesn't match his exterior quite like Humphrey's does, but I dig it. Oh. Oh no. Thank you, but Humphrey just said the exact same thing. Have they been coordinating compliments? Yes, as I was saying, the two houses are kind of a similar style on the outside, so I figured that I would put them in this little area and kind of make it their own. And my plan is to eventually, when I can acquire some more, fill this up with bamboo and maybe cut back on some of the flowers, and just kind of have a really kind of zen forest as opposed to my little zen area that I have over by my little house on the hill. And here we have something that I'm super proud to show off. I know it's really simple, but this, as a tip, it's a great money saver once you get to this point in the game where you can sculpt the land and the water around you. It's a little bit tricky to figure it out because you have to make sure that it's like the exact right width. And yeah, but once you have that down, it's just, oh, I'd rather save money on these little pretty stepping stones than building a bridge and then having to wait a whole day for the bridge to be built. And over here is an example of the big blank area that I didn't want to show you, but we had to come on over here because I want to introduce you to my absolute favorite villager of my whole entire island. I love him so much. He's been a favorite for a long time, but I have never been lucky enough to get him to stay in my town. I don't know why. Maybe he just didn't like me, but now he seems to like me quite a bit. He's super cute, and I think he's maybe unique too. I'm not sure if there are any other characters to the unicorns. Not too sure. And over here inside, we have another one of my favorites. Again, for kind of a similar reason in the sense that she is unique. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm super bummed out that there are no gyroids, at least from what I can tell in the game. So having the one villager move into my island, or move on to my island, I guess, that looks like a gyroid, just, oh, it feels good. It's a compromise that I would take. I think Coco is one of those villagers that people either tend to absolutely despise because of the way she looks, or they love her. And I have to say that I'm fully rooting for Coco. I think she's adorable in a really creepy, gyroid looking kind of way. Oh boy, okay, now this villager, I'm gonna be honest, I hate her. I hate her so much. And it's not for any reason, like in particular, to do with her personality or the way that she looks, because she is quite cute. And digging the green hair. Please don't sit on your toilet. Oh, okay, she's just dusting her toilet like you do. Yep, get all that dust out of the toilet, girl. I think the reason why I don't like her is because I didn't have a say in her moving to my island, and I don't know why, if I did something wrong, if I goofed it. She ended up in the campsite, and I went in to talk to her, and she was like, hey, I should move here, and there was two options that were basically yes and yes, so I didn't have a choice. Oh my goodness, she's just hammering on away over there. I really love this character. Unfortunately, I can't get her to turn around any more than she is. But Frida, I'm not sure how to pronounce her name. She's just, again, she's one of those stranger looking characters. She's a sheep, but instead of having wool, she's made out of French fries. I dig it. And I mean, if the French fries aren't enough, I'm pretty sure that her head is like a beef burger, hamburger for you Americans. And her body, dress, thing, attire is meant to be a hot dog. Very interesting. I must say that these coconuts and the other fruit actually up in the orchard are great money-making schemes. I'm really quite glad for that. And here is probably one of the little areas that I decorated first on my island. I know that these log lounger looking things are probably not the most comfortable to lay on, let alone sunbathe on. I mean, that's a lot of skin that could get splintered, but it's the only thing that I have to fit this little area, so it'll do for now. And of course we have our little life-saving rings up here. They look pretty, and I really like that they can be put on the rocks, but they're so annoying when it comes to fishing because you can't get off from that side. So maybe it's just one ring I should have here. Maybe I should spread the other one out somewhere else. Now that we have backtracked a little bit, we are going to head on down from Octavian's and Humphrey's little area, and this brings us down to the Plaza. Plaza? I'm not sure. Again, these little stepping stones. I didn't make these designs, I took them from Reddit. As far as this area goes, I'd consider this pretty much finished in terms of flowers and patterns, but you know, that could change. I have a couple of items that I do want to stick down just to kind of spruce the area up, but for now it's just super pretty, super simple shopping area, I guess you could say, plus resident services. Oh, here's my good old dude bro, Rolled. He's so cute. I love him so much. I know he's a favorite of many people, but I think the thing I like about him the most is that he tends to talk about his abs a lot, and I mean, look at him. He's just a plump little penguin. Definitely no abs there. Other than the little mouse girl, I have been super lucky with my villagers, which never happens in any Animal Crossing game ever. My absolute favourite, I would have to say, if I could have anybody move onto this island, I'd choose Stitches. I know he's kind of a generic pick, considering that everybody seems to love Stitches, but he's my boy, and I'd like him. But hopefully once Bree moves out, I'll be able to go and visit a few islands, because I don't have the amiibo cards, and that's mainly because I have such an addictive personality that I think if I started spending money on amiibo cards, I would never stop. So I'm just doing myself a favour, and I'm leaving it up to chance and influencing it where I can. And a little sneak peek into a future episode I'll show you right here. I have been stockpiling quite a lot of Nook Miles. Once Bree finally moves out, if she ever does, I can whisk myself away to some Mystery Island tours and do a little bit of Islander shopping, because I would like something other than Bree that I have a say in. But I think with all of that said and done, I've shown you all that I can show you. It's a fairly humble little tour of my island, an introduction to all of my villagers, bar one. Please move out, Bree, you have become the new Rocket. And of course, the best thing about any Animal Crossing game are these two right here. I love them so much. I love Tom Nook. I think he is massively misunderstood. It's almost criminal that people think he is a con artist, considering he gave us a house and an interest-free loan and no pressure to pay it back anytime soon. He is not going to be sending me angry, threatening text messages through my Nook phone anytime soon. He's just chilling out, dusting that one spot for a rather long time now. I think it's clean. As always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, please like the video, subscribe, leave a comment, and of course let me know if there's anything that I can ever do for you in your island. If you'd ever like me to come on over and visit, and vice versa, then really it's just got to be organised. I can't stop playing this game. What is wrong with me? Bye!